Planting on Shabbat, so halakha says there's a few important halachot. One, that one should be careful, he says, from throwing pits onto the ground. Talking about over here again that you have dirt on the floor. One should be careful not to throw pits on the floor because that's already the beginning of ziri'ah. And again, if I took a pit which could materialize, it could become eventually, not necessarily on Shabbat, obviously growing takes a few days, maybe a few weeks even. So I took a pit from a certain fruit or vegetable and I threw it in, and in a few weeks it might start growing. That's an isur of zoreya, and therefore one should be careful. Yesh Zaher, he says, from throwing in any kind. Now what happens if a person did? ולקטוע קודם שנשרש, יש אומרים שנפטר מהחיוב, חש התברר שהגרעין לא נשתרש. ויש חולקים, ועקוב פנים מי שעשה כן בשבת, יש לעשות להוסיף הגרעין. If one did throw, of course one should try to remove it, because again, as long as it didn't grow, then there's no isur. This is comparable to somebody who took a pot of food before it started cooking, he put it on the fire and he realized, oops, it's on Shabbat, you're not allowed to put food on to cook. You're allowed to take it off before. So too over here, again, if a person threw a seed onto the ground, one is allowed to pull it out before it starts to grow. So again, one of course should be careful not to throw into the ground, but in case you did, you might have to remove it in order that a person shouldn't come Lidei Isur Shabbat. And again, even though this may happen over the course of a week or more, one is still forbidden to do so on Shabbat, since the beginning of the ziri'ah started on Shabbat. מותר לפתוח את התריסים והחלונות של הדירה בשבת כדי שייכנס בה אוויר צח, אף כשנמצאים בדירה עציסים שיש בהם זרעים ושושנים. Person has plants in his house. Now many times, if you have plants in the house, windows closed, no air, no sun, it doesn't grow. So you want to open the windows for sunlight. Now, I'm opening it because I need sunlight, because I'm living in the house and I would like some fresh air and sunlight. I'm allowed to open up the windows, even though by doing so, I'm allowing the plants to grow. Because again, this is something which is happening memelana, my kavanah, my intention is not for it. One is allowed to do it. However, if it would be a greenhouse specifically made for planting whatever it is that you're planting, either flowers or if it's vegetables, in such a case, opening the sunroof of the greenhouse, that would be asur to do on Shabbat, since the intention is directly just for that. You're opening it in order that a plant it should have sunlight, or if it's raining, you want the rain to come in. That would be asur to open on Shabbat. Rather, one would have to again refrain from doing so on Shabbat. But if it's a regular house, most normal people have regular houses, regular windows. So even though by opening it you may be advancing the growth of certain plants, that would be mutar on Shabbat.